Hello friends, my name is Vikas.
So friends, in this video we will be discussing some of the most important current affairs of the third week of December. This video will be very helpful to you, so do watch the video till the end.
So students, we have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download using the Play Store, and it is available only for the Android users as of now. Once you have downloaded and opened the app, you will see a page such as the second screen here. Then you just need to log in with your Google ID, or you can say with your Gmail ID on this application, and once you have logged in, you are ready to use the particular application. As you can see, you will be seeing here my course, all courses, crack current affairs. Just click on any of those and you will be directed to a second page. Here now, what are the features or why we recommend you to use the app? Because on the app we provide you daily current affairs both in English as well as in Hindi. Both Hindi and English current affairs are provided you daily along with the quiz sessions. This is important. We provide you daily with the quiz sessions that will help you to brush up your current affairs that you gain today through our video or any other notes provided. These English and Hindi PDFs are also provided to you daily. This is provided on our app course that you can go and purchase. Two types of courses are there, 1 year plan and a second year plan, which you can opt as per your need. Then we provide you with weekly videos, not just weekly videos on YouTube and monthly videos, daily videos are also given. Apart from that, weekly PDFs of current affairs are provided to you. Compiled PDF of current affairs of the whole week will be provided to you both in English as well as in Hindi. Then similarly for the month also, you will be provided a compiled video of the whole month both in English as well as in Hindi PDF for the current affairs that will brush up your current affairs very much. Apart from this, we provide you with the topic wise current affairs, topics such as apps and web portals, important days, books and authors. Then comes your sports, then comes your obituary, national affairs, international affairs, sports. These all topics are covered by us on our YouTube channel, which you can go and check it out also. Very important this section, because we provide you with the PDFs also with them that helps you to revise through a particular order, and it is very helpful to you, so you should definitely check it out. Then apart from it, we provide you questions regarding your particular exams also, such as bank, related to your banking. We provide you questions, we provide you PDF, we provide you material that will help you to revise those topics, those important topics. So very important. All right, so I definitely recommend you to check our app and do revise and to purchase the courses, because they will be very helpful to you. These, I strongly recommend you to use our app as well as website, and the quiz provided on the app is very helpful to you on the daily basis, and our monthly study material for your exams will do wonders. So do watch the video for the revision purposes, they are very helpful. And if you use my code Vikas10, straight away you will be getting an additional 10% discount on the purchase you made using the application. So additional discount for you students just from my side. It is a happy hour sale, you can say, 10% discount using Vikas10. So friends, let's start with the session now.
So friends, let's start. The first question is, you have to name the ministry that has launched the logistics, a unified logistics interface platform hackathon in December 2021. So recently a hackathon was launched and it was named as Logictics. This logistics was a unified logistics interface platform, that is ULIP. It is being asked that you have to name the ministry that launched this particular logistics, a unified logistics interface platform, a hackathon. So which is the responsible ministry? It will be your Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Option 2 is correct. Ministry of Corporate Affairs, that is your MCA, and Financial Intelligence Unit India, that is your FIUIND, Financial Intelligence Unit of India, and your Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Ministry of Finance signed a MOU for data exchange on automatic and regular basis. It is on the line of vision of MCA and FIU India to harness data capabilities to ensure effective enforcement. Then you should know what is your FIU India. Data can be asked regarding this. It was established in the year 2004. Who is director of FIU India? He will be Pankaj Kumar Mishra ji, and the headquarter of FIU India will be in New Delhi. So let's repeat once again. The ministry that has launched the logistics, a unified logistics interface platform, that is ULIP hackathon, was your Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Ministry of Corporate Affairs along with Financial Intelligence Unit of India have launched this, and it is basically for data exchange on automatic and regular basis, and the name of the hackathon will be logistics. So friends, let's start with our questions. The first question is, you have to name the ministry that has launched logistics, that is a unified logistics interface platform, or you can say ULIP hackathon, that was launched in December by which ministry? So remember, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, that is your MCI, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, have launched the logistics, a unified logistics interface platform, that was a hackathon. All right. If can be asked what is the name of the hackathon, so the name of the hackathon will be logistics. And what full form of ULIP can be asked? ULIP stands for a unified logistics interface platform. All right. DPIIT. What is DPIIT? DPIIT stands for Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. DPIIT under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, that is your MCI, has launched the Unified Logistics Interface Platform, that is ULIP hackathon, that was named as logistics. All right. This was with an aim to crowdsource ideas to benefit the logistic industry in India. What is logistics? It basically, simply understand, if a farmer is producing some crop in the field and he wants to harvest it, and after harvesting he wants to deliver it to B market, so the amount of money required by, or it will be required to transfer this harvest from this field to B position, is your logistics cost, that is for the transfer from one place to another. Logistics, this hackathon is organized by Niti Aayog and Anil Innovation Mission and supported by National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation. Coming back, important, which ministry launched it? It was launched by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, that is your MCI. All right, and the name of the hackathon will be logistics. Next is, you have to set in which state, or in which state the Ministry of Science and Technology will be setting up 6 nuclear reactors with a total capacity of 9,900 megawatt of energy. That means these 6 nuclear reactors will be generating a total of 9,900 megawatts of energy, and the ministry is Ministry of Science and Technology, that is setting up these nuclear reactors. Now you have to tell me the name of the state where these 6 nuclear reactors will be set up. It will be which of the state? It will be in Maharashtra. Mark this, option 5th is correct. Ministry of Science and Technology granted in principle approval of setting up of 6 nuclear reactors in Maharashtra. Mark this, very important. All right. This question can be asked, that is because it is related to once Maharashtra. Maharashtra is your what? Financial capital of India. Financial capital of India. So any question related to financial capital or your New Delhi becomes automatically important. Then you should know Bhabha Atomic Research Center is also located where? Can you tell me the headquarter of Bhabha Atomic Research Center? This Bhabha Atomic Research Center is also located in Maharashtra, and in Maharashtra it is located in Mumbai. Alright, so Ministry of Science and Technology will be setting up 6 nuclear reactors with capacity of 9,900 megawatts in Maharashtra. Moving on to next question. Dash become the first Indian insurance company to sign the United Nations Principle for Responsible Investment on Environmental, Social and Governance Issues. So, which became the first insurance company to sign this United Nations deal for the environmental, social, governance issues? So, it will be ICICI Prudential Life Insurance. Very important, mark this. It is your ICICI Prudential Life Insurance became the first Indian insurance company that has signed a deal with United Nations to fund. Basically, it is saying it is to fund for environment, all the environment related issues, projects, and social. They will be collaborated, and India will be funding, or and from Indian side, or which insurance company will be funding? It is your ICICI Prudential Life Insurance will be funding towards these issues, towards these goals. UNPRI is an investor initiative in partnership with the two bodies of United Nations, that are the United Nations Environment Program Finance Initiative and the United Nations Global Compact. Now, what is UNPRI? Remember, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance became the first insurance company to sign the United Nations Principle for Responsible Investment. This is UNPRI. United Nations PRI. Alright, I told you, don't worry about it, just remember the words. UNPRI, and the first Indian insurance company was ICICI Prudential Life Insurance. Next question. Identify the Indian shooter who won the Best Female Debut honor at the Paralympic Sports Award 2021. So, Indian shooter Best Female Debut Award at Paralympic Sports Award of 2021. Who is the person? Can you name? And you have to also tell me the sport she is related to. Avni Lakhera won the Best Female Debut honor at the 2021 Paralympic Sports Award. This award was represented, or this award was given or announced by which committee? It was announced by International Paralympic Committee. Now I ask you, Avni Lakhera is related to which sport? She is related to shooting. Mark this also. She is related to shooting. Very important. Avni Lakhera ji. Now your homework becomes, she is related to which state? Can you tell me the name of the state also? Avni Lakhera. Next, and she has remember, yes, she has been honored with Best Female Debut Award, and yes, it was written shooter here, so it was an easy guess. So Avni Lakhera has been honored with the Best Female Debut during the Paralympic Sports Award, and this award was given to her by IPC, that is your International Paralympic Committee, and Avni Lakhera is related to shooting. Next question is, who became the first foreigner to receive Bhutan's highest civilian award, that is your Nagad Peldi Khorlo, in 2021? So this award, that is Nagadak Pelgi Khorlo, is Bhutan's highest civilian award, and recently we discussed this, who is the person who received the Bhutan's highest civilian award, and he is the first foreigner, or you can say indirectly the first Indian to receive the Bhutan's highest civilian award is our Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji. Also remember, this award, that is your Bhutan's highest civilian award, was given or awarded to Narendra Modi ji on the 114th National Day of Bhutan. That is your 114th National Day of Bhutan. Do remember this. There was another name for this award, that was Order of the Dragon King. Order of the Dragon King. This was the other name of Nagadak Pelgi Khorlo, which this award, which was honored to Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and he became the first foreigner, or indirectly you can say first Indian, to be honored with Bhutan's highest civilian award. There was another award we discussed regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Can you tell me? I'll tell you the country that gave him the award. Now I am asking you the name of the award. United States of America honored Narendra Modi ji with that award recently. You have to tell me the award. Last time I told you the award and I asked you regarding the country. I am doing opposite now. Now I am telling you the country. You have to tell me the name of that particular award. Moving on. Name the personality who won Britain's Knight Bachelor for services to motor sports. Very important award. We discussed it. This was, I'll give you a hint. Prince Charles gave him this award. That is your Britain's Knight Bachelor for service to motorsport. He is a Driver, I'll give you another hint. He drives for Britain, and the company for which he drives is Mercedes. And he recently completed 100 plus victories in the F1 racing. A total was of 103 as of now. So who is the person? I told you everything about him. Who is the person? He is Lewis Hamilton. All right, very important. Prince Charles, who is the Prince of Wales, in a ceremony at Windsor Castle, England, Lewis Hamilton was honored with the Knighthood Award, that is the Britain's Knight Bachelor for Service to Motorsport Award to Lewis Hamilton. Next, Dash launched a management information system portal called Vikas Portal for rankings of states and union territories in land acquisition projects under RFC TLARR Act. So tell me, what is the name of the ministry that launched this a management information system that was named Vikas Portal, and you have to also tell me under which act it was launched. So remember, it was your Ministry of Rural Development that launched this management information system, also known as Vikas Portal, and this came under the land acquisition project under the act was of 200 or 2013. All right. So the correct option here becomes option 4. Now what is this RFCTLARR? This is right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement. Let's go it again. Right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement. It is developed by National Informatics Center team of Department and Land Resources with zero cost. All right, it's important. So the Ministry of Rural Development launched this Vikas Portal. Question will be simple, that which ministry launched the Vikas Portal? It was launched by Ministry of Rural Development, and Giriraj Singh, who is the Minister of Rural Development, launched this management information system, and this management information system was known as Vikas Portal. Next, where was the 11-day long 24th edition of Lokrang 2021 held? This Lokrang is a festival celebrated in which state of India? Can you tell me? See, questions can be directly and indirectly the same only. Here it is asking where this 11-day long 24th edition of Lokrang 2021 held. Where was this festival held? It was held in Jaipur. In Jaipur, Rajasthan. This is 11-day long festival. 24th edition of this Lokrang festival. It is an annual festival and this is related to folk artists. It is related to folk artists held in Jaipur, Rajasthan. It will comprise National Handicrafts Fairs in Shilpgram. Do remember this also. Alright, coming back, the 11-day long Lokrang festival and the 24th edition of Lokrang festival was celebrated in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Next, name the organization that launched Project Amber along with Generation India Foundation to empower youth with industry relevant skills. I repeat, you have to name me the organization that have launched the Project Amber. What is this Project Amber? Can you tell me? This is your accelerated. First of all, know the full form of Amber. It is important. What does Amber stands for? It is your accelerated mission for better employment and retention. I repeat, full form is very important. Amber stands for Accelerated Mission for Better Employment and Retention. This Project Amber, as the name suggests, it is for providing employment to youth and various industries. So this Amber was launched by which organization? It is your National Skill Development Corporation that launched this Amber. If we are talking about this National Skill Development Corporation, it was launched in 2008. Headquarters will be in New Delhi and the chairman will be AM Naik ji of NSDC, that is your National Skill Development Corporation. Under this project, training will be provided to around 30,000 youths and 50% of them will be women. So there will be a ratio of 1 to 1 of men and women that will be trained under this project. Many job roles and are involved in this project to bridge the gap between skilling and employment. Now see, skilling is just not important if you will provide the skill to 1000 or 2000 people, lakh to lakh people, but if you won't provide them the right environment where they can go and work and earn for themselves, that means opportunities should also be provided to them. So this will work in that field. Project Amber. Next is Indian government and the Germany Development Bank has signed a dash million euro loan for Surat Metro Rail project. Remember, Indian government and your Germany Development Bank have signed a whooping amount of 442.26 million euro loan. All right, so the correct option becomes option 2. Next, who was appointed as the Chancellor of Austria by succeeding Alexander Schellenberg? So, who has been appointed as the new Chancellor of Austria? He will be Karl Nehammer. Karl Nehammer has been appointed as the Chancellor of Austria, and he was appointed to this post by the President of Austria. And who is the President of Austria? He is Alexander Van der Bellen. He is the President of Austria who appointed Karl Nehammer as the Chancellor of Austria. Alright, next. What is the theme of the 77 International Migrants Day that was observed across the globe by the UN on 18th of December? So, first of all, International Migrants Day is observed on 18th of December. Which edition of International Migrants Day did we observe this year? It was your 70th edition. Alright, now it is asked what is the theme of the International Migrants Day. Theme is being asked here. So theme will be harnessing the potential of human mobility. Harnessing the potential of human mobility will be the theme of International Migrants Day, that is the 70th edition of International Migration Day. Next, which of the following are the longest of the Agni series launched by DRDO? So remember, Agni 5 is the longest in the terms of range as per the DRDO. See, if I give you a rough hint, Agni 5 has the is the longest series of range with a range of 5000 kilometer. Alright, and if we are talking about Agni 4, this will be roughly around 3500 kilometer. Agni 3 will have a range of 2500 kilometer. Agni 2 will be having a range of 2000 kilometer. Alright, and if I give you not Agni P5 right here, Agni 1, it will have a range of around 700 to 800 kilometers. So Agni 5 is the ballistic missile that is the heaviest range, or it has the largest range in terms of attacking, in terms of Agni series, of all Agni series. Next, CCI suspended Amazon to acquire a stake in Dash and imposed a 202 crore rupees penalty on the e-commerce sector. So, CCI, what is CCI? Competition Commission of India. Competition Commission of India, CCI, has imposed, or it has suspended Amazon and has imposed a loan of 202 crore rupees penalty on the e-commerce, and the reason being that Amazon to acquire a stake in which company? In Future Group. Alright, that means CC suspended the Amazon's acquire to a stake in Future Group. They suspended this acquirement and also imposed a 202 crore rupees penalty on the e-commerce sector. Next, so let me write, correct answer becomes here 5th. Which of the following was inscribed on the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity during the 16th session of ICG 2021? So, which of the following was inscribed on the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity and during the sixth session of IGC? First of all, remember it was your Durga Puja. But what is IGC? IGC is your Intergovernmental Committee of UNESCO's 2003 Convention on Safeguarding the Intangible Culture. In order to save the intangible culture. What is intangible culture? Tangible are the things that you can touch, so intangible are the things that you cannot touch. So Durga Puja is a vibe. Durga Puja is a festival. Durga Puja is celebrated all over the state, all over the country, or all over the world. People of that particular committee observes Durga Puja, but you cannot touch Durga Puja. So in order to safeguard the intangible cultural heritage, Durga Puja and it is observed in Kolkata. Do remember this also. Durga Puja of Kolkata has been listed on the list of or representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity during the 16th session of this intergovernmental committee. All right, and where was this session held? This session was held in Paris, France. All right, next. Which small finance bank became the banking partner of Maharashtra government in December 2021? So name the small finance bank that became the banking partner of the Maharashtra government in December 2021 was Equitas Small Finance Bank. If we are talking about Equitas Small Finance Bank, MD and CEO will be Vasudevan Narasimhanji. And if we are talking about headquarters, it is located in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Next, who has won the Chile presidential elections in December to become the youngest ever president-elect of Chile? So, question can be asked that who is the youngest ever president of Chile? He is Gabriel Boric. Gabriel Boric won the presidential election to become the youngest ever president of Chile. He has defeated the opposition Jose Antonio Cast in the election, and Gabriel Boric will assume or will start working from March 2022. Next, name the Indian cricketer who was appointed as the brand ambassador of the Uttarakhand state in December. Very important question. We discussed about it. He is a cricketer. Who is he? Who has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Uttarakhand state government, and also why this appointment was done in order to create awareness amongst the youth so that they can come and take more participate and more interest in the sports. So who was he? Who was the cricketer? He is Rishabh Pant. Very important. And who is the chief minister of Uttarakhand who did this appointment? He was Pushkar Singh Dhamiji, who appointed Rishabh Pant as the state brand ambassador. If we are talking about Uttarakhand, then you should know there is a bioreserve. You should know that is your Nanda Devi bioreserve. There are few dances of Uttarakhand. They are Bardhanati, Langveer Nritya, and your Ramola. These are the dances of Uttarakhand, and Nanda Devi is also in Uttarakhand. Can you tell me where was the largest open fernery launched in India? It was also located in Uttarakhand. India's largest open fernery. Where it is? Uttarakhand. Can you tell me where is the Valley of Flowers located national park? Valley of Flowers. Where is it located? It is also in Uttarakhand. Next. Name the Indian Navy's second indigenous stealth guided missile destroyer of the P-15B class went for the first sea trials in December 2021. So name of the Indian Navy's second indigenous stealth guided missile destroyer. Name of the stealth guided missile destroyer is being asked, that is of P-15B class, that went for the first sea trials in December 2021. It was your INS Mormugua. Alright, Mormugua is the first or it is the second indigenous stealth guided missile destroyer that went for the first sea trials in December, and this was on during the Goa Liberation Army. As you can see here, the name GAO. So Marmugua, Mormugua, this is basically related to the areas of Goa. So it was during the Goa Liberation Day. Indian Navy's second indigenous stealth guided missile destroyer of the project P-15B, that is your Project 15B class INS Mormugua, took to the sea trials. Alright, apart from this, also remember there was INS Vishakhapatnam we studied last month. Vishakhapatnam, INS Vishakhapatnam, and the fourth Project 75 submarine INS Vela also we discussed. They were also commissioned into the Indian Navy. Alright, INS Vela is your submarine, and INS Vishakhapatnam is your naval ship that were included into the Indian Navy, apart from INS Mormu Goa, that was inaugurated or that went on the first sea trials during the Goa Liberation Day. Now can you tell me when is the Goa Liberation Day? The date, it is observed on 19th December. Next, who became the first Indian shuttler to win silver medal in the men's singles at the Badminton World Federation World Championship of year 2021? So who won the silver medal from, or the first Indian shuttler to win the silver medal in the men's singles at the Badminton World Federation Championship of 2021? Who he will be? He will be Kidambi Shriknath. Kidambi Shriknath won the silver medal in the men's singles category for and during which Badminton World Federation's World Championship of 2021. Kidambi Shriknath. Alright, Kidambi Shriknath. He became the first Indian shuttler. Do remember this. Alright. Now, he won the silver. But if I ask you, who won the gold medal? It was won by Law Keen Yu. And Law Keen Yu is from Singapore, who won the gold medal. If I ask you regarding bronze medal, who won the bronze medal during this Badminton World Federation Championship? He was India's Lakshay Sen of India, and another was Andres Antonsen of Denmark. They both have won the bronze medal in the men's single category. So 2 bronze. Silver was won by whom? Kidambi Shriknath, and gold was won by whom? Law Keen Yu of Singapore. Next, name the state that was recently created 3 new districts. These are the 3 new districts, the state that has created. What is the state? So remember, Nagaland has created recently 3 new districts in its states. They are Simu, Newland, and Chumkedima. So don't remember, these pronunciations are different little bit. So please avoid the pronunciation of these words. But remember, question will be direct. Which is the state that has created 3 new districts recently? It will be Nagaland. Next, which day is celebrated as Goa Liberation Day? We just saw this above, that 19th December is observed as Goa Liberation Day, and the reason being this year, this day every year observes it marks the success of Operation Vijay. Next, Nora dance drama was inscribed on UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List. Nora dance drama belongs to which country? See, we just saw that above, Intangible Cultural Heritage List. From Indian size, Durga Puja was included. Durga Puja of Kolkata, West Bengal was included in this list. Now it is saying Nora dance drama was also included. It belongs to which country? Nora dance drama belongs from Thailand. Remember this. Important question. Name the multinational exercise that was recently organized in Pune, Maharashtra to develop capabilities in disaster management aspect of the BIMSTEC. Now, what is BIMSTEC? Can you tell me full form of BIMSTEC? BIMSTEC is your Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical Economic Cooperation. I repeat, BIMSTEC. Please avoid this. BIMSTEC stands for Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical Economic Corporation. All right, and the members are Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Thailand. All right, so you have to name the multinational exercise that was organized in Pune, Maharashtra to develop capabilities disaster management aspects of BIMSTEC. So name the multinational exercise. The name of the exercise will be PEN X. PEN X is the exercise that was conducted in Pune, Maharashtra. It is the third edition of this exercise. It is a HADR exercise. HADR. What is HADR exercise? This is your humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise. It was participated by subject matter experts and delegates from all the member countries of BIMSTEC, that are Bharat, or that are India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka and Thailand. These are the BIMSTEC countries. Important is location. So do remember, where was it conducted? In Pune, Maharashtra. Which organization developed India's first GIS based automatic water supply system for citizens of cantonment boards under E-Chhavni project? This E-Chhavni project, can you tell me what is this E-Chhavni project? This E-Chhavni project is a mobile application and a portal. Remember, both it is a portal as well as mobile application that will be providing civic services to the native citizens of India. So you have to say which organization developed the India's first GIS based automatic water supply system for citizens of cantonment board under this E-Chhavni project. So tell me which organization developed this. It was developed by Bhaskaracharya Institute for Space Applications and Geoinformatics. The module of the system has been developed by this BISAG. Remember. All right. Then Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, our Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, launched this first Geographic Information System, that is your GIS, that is based on automatic water supply system for the cantonment boards, and this is under E-Chhavni project. Next, which international organization has signed a statement of intent with Niti Aayog to promote millet production in India? In order to promote millet production in India, name the international organization that have signed a statement of intent with Niti Aayog. So it will be your World Food Program. That World Food Program has signed, that is, this is your international organization that have signed with Niti Aayog to promote millet production in India. World Food Program. Mark this, very important. Alright, the outcome of this partnership Niti Aayog will be achieved in 4 phases. Then next, also remember just a basic information, this World Food Program is a department of United Nations. Next, which organization launched first Agri-Tech Challenge Cohort 2021 along with Niti Aayog to help smallholder farmers across Asia and Pacific? In order to help smallholder farmers across Asia and Pacific, name the organization that have launched first Agri-Tech Challenge Cohort 2021 along with Niti Aayog. So, which organization or which bank launched it? It was launched by whom? Tell me. Who launched this? It was your United Nations Capital Development Fund. Niti Aayog, AIM, that is your Atal Innovation Mission, and United Nations Capital Development Fund, they three together have launched the first Agri-Tech Challenge Cohort 2021 for the Agri-Tech program that will aim to help small farmers across Asia as well as Africa to address their challenges in the aftermath of the pandemic. So the correct answer will be United Nations Capital Development Fund. Where is the headquarter of World Bank? It is in Washington DC. Which bank tops the digital payment for the fiscal year 2021 as per the data released by the Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology? Name the bank that has topped the digital payments for fiscal year 2021 as per the data released by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It is your Bank of Baroda. If we are talking about Bank of Baroda, who is the MD and CEO of Bank of Baroda? He is Sanjeev Chadha ji. Headquarter will be in Gujarat. Next, also remember, two banks were amalgamated in this. They were Vijaya Bank and second was Dina Bank. Next, who was recently appointed as the Director General of the BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited? So, who has been appointed as the Director General of the BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited? He is Atul Dinkar Raneji. Senior DRDO scientist. He is a senior DRDO scientist. Atul Dinkar Rane has been appointed as the Director General of the BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited. He was a part of the core team of BrahMos. Remember this also. Alright, he was a part of the core team of BrahMos Aerospace since its foundation as a joint venture with Russia. So, with which country there is a joint venture to develop BrahMos missile? It is your Russia. Next, which bank has signed a co-lending agreement with Ugro Capital to provide MSME loans worth 1000 crore rupees? So, it is your Central Bank of India that has signed a co-lending agreement with Ugro Capital to provide MSMEs with a loan of 1000 crore rupees. Next, name the insurance company that has won the Best Governed Company listed segment under the large category as the 21st edition of the ICSI National Award for Excellence in Corporate Governance of 2021. I repeat, name the insurance company that has won the Best Governed Company listed segment under the large category. Under which category? Under large category during the 21st edition of ICSI National Award for Excellence in Corporate Governance. And the insurance company that won it was HDFC Life. Alright. If we are talking about HDFC Life Insurance, it was established in 2000. Headquarter is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. And Vibha Padalkar ji. Vibha Padalkar ji is the CEO and MD of HDFC Life Insurance Company Limited. Next, India recently test fired the surface-to-surface guided ballistic missile Pralay from Odisha that was developed by which organization? So this Pralay, that is a surface-to-surface ballistic missile, it was recently test fired from the surface of Odisha. Can be asked that this missile Pralay was test fired from which state? It was test fired from Odisha. It was developed by which organization? So it was developed by DRDO. Mark this important. Alright. Then, and which is the organization that developed it? It is your DRDO. And where, from which it was test fired? From which state it was test fired? It was test fired from, remember, APJ Abdul Kalam Island, that is off the coast of Odisha state. In which state is Nugu Wildlife Sanctuary located? This Nugu Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Karnataka. Who is the governor of Karnataka? He is Thar Chand Gehlot ji. Thar Chand Gehlot is the governor of Karnataka. If we are talking about some wildlife sanctuaries of Karnataka, then remember Melkoti Wildlife Sanctuary, Mukambika Wildlife Sanctuary and Nugu Wildlife Sanctuary are of Karnataka. Alright, moving on. City Union Bank has launched on the go contactless wearable keychain along with NPCI to its debit card customers. When did NPCI launch RuPay? NPI stands for National Payment Corporation of India. Question being asked here is that NPay has recently launched, or when was RuPay launched by NPCI? NPCI launched RuPay in 2018. Along with this, remember, on the go contactless wearable keychain was recently launched by which bank? It was launched by City Union Bank. Mark this also. And in 2008, RuPay was launched by NPCI. If we are talking about NPCI, NPCI has launched RuPay, we all know, in 2008. Also remember, NPCI was launched in 2008 only, and MD and CEO of NPCI is Dilip Asbeji, and headquarter will be in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, as per the Global Unicorn Index 2021 report released by the Huron Research Institute, India has secured dash rank with 54 unicorns, while the United States has topped the index with 487 unicorns. Can you first of all tell me what is a unicorn startup?
So remember this term, that is unicorn. See, unicorn is a startup. It is basically a startup that has reached its valuation above $1 billion. That means the total valuation of that particular startup, when it crosses $1 billion, we call it a unicorn startup. So coming back to the question, as per the Global Unicorn Index of 2021 that was released by Huron Research Institute of India, or Huron Research Institute, according to this Huron Research Institute, India secured what rank in this Global Unicorn Index? First of all, tell me this. So what was the rank of India in this index? India stood at third rank, and total unicorns in India were 54, while United States of America secured first position with how many unicorns? With 487. That means in USA there were a total of 487 startups with a market valuation of each above $1 billion. Alright, so according to this report, first was USA, second was, as we all know, China, and third comes your India. Alright, here was 487 unicorns, 301 unicorns, and there were in India were 54 unicorns. Next, also remember in 2020 the rank of India was 4th, so it is an upgrade that India shifted to third position now. Next, which organization signed a finance contract with the government of India to provide first tranche loan of 50 euro million, or for 250 million euro for Agra Metro Rail Project UP? So the organization is European Investment Bank signed a finance contract with the government of India for a loan of 250 million euro for Agra Metro Rail Project. Next, name the company that signed an agreement with KfW Development Bank to provide $169.5 million loan for power sector and renewable projects. For power sector and renewables project, company that signed an agreement with KfW Development Bank is Rural Electrification Corporation. This Rural Electrification Corporation signed with KfW Development Bank to avail official development assistance term loan worth $169.5 million for power sector and renewable energy projects. Very important, mark this. And the approval was passed by the Ministry of Finance Department, that is your Department of Economic Affairs. Then this project or this agreement will help in projects such as electrical and electromechanical hydro systems,
projects like such as lifts for irrigations, smart cities, electrification of railway lines, airports, electrification of airports. These all will be benefited from this power sector and renewable projects loan that is worth 169.5 million dollar, and the bank is KFW Development Bank that signed an agreement with Rural Electrification Corporation. Next, in men's Asian Championship Trophy Hockey 2021, India won the dash medal while dash won the gold medal. So remember, in this Asian Championship Trophy, India won bronze medal while South Korea won the gold medal. Mark this. Alright, so it is indirectly saying that India's men's hockey team won the bronze medal, and the team that won the gold medal was South Korean hockey team. Who was the player of the match if I ask you for this? Harmanpreet. Harmanpreet Singh was the player of the match for this particular, and in finals remember it was India versus Pakistan. India defeated Pakistan and won the bronze medal in the men's Asian Championship Trophy of Hockey 2021. So the correct option here becomes option 4th. Which organization signed an MOU with TriFed to launch Tribal Samvad Network, a network of social and behavior change for tribes? Tell me, which organization has signed with TriFed? First of all, tell me the organization will be UNICEF. UNICEF along with TriFed have signed an MOU to launch Tribal Samvad Network. Tribal Network for Social and Behavioral Change. Alright, mark this, very important. Next. In December, RBI extended the card on file tokenization deadline up to dash date, while tokenization was issued based on the directives of RBI's Payment and Settlement System Acts of dash. So remember, the date till the deadline of this card on file tokenization was extended to 13th of June 2022, and this tokenization was based or issued was based on the directives of RBI's Payments and Settlement Act that was launched in 2007. Next, one more thing, earlier the deadline for this was 31st of December 2021, and now it has been extended to 30th of June. Next question. India signed an agreement with KFW Development Bank. We just saw this question. Alright, this is a different one. India signed this agreement with KFW Development Bank for 140 million euro loan and 2 million euro grant for energy reform platform in which state? Tell me. So you will get definitely confused here. See, this is Madhya Pradesh. Alright, India has signed an agreement with KFW Bank for 140 million euro and 2 million euro grant for energy reform program in Madhya Pradesh. Alright, got it? Apart from it, if you remember, we just saw another question recently that was with Rural Electrification Corporation, and this Rural Electrification Corporation signed with KFW Development Bank to provide 169.5 million loan for power sector and renewable projects, and this is for 2 million euro grant for energy reform program and 140 million euro loan by KFW Development Bank. It is for the development of which state? It is for the development of Madhya Pradesh. Who released the book The Turnover Wizard, Savior of Thousands, which is an autobiography of Arup Roy Chaudhary? So, an autobiography of Arup Roy Chaudhary, that is The Turnover Wizard, Savior of Thousands. This book was Savior of Thousands was released by whom? Can you tell me? Fine answer, I'm waiting. the turnover wizard. Who is the Vice President of India? M. Venkaiah Naidu sir. So M. Venkaiah Naidu sir released the book titled The Turnover Wizard, Savior of Thousands. That is an autobiography of Arup Roy Chaudhary, who is the former chairman and managing director of. He is former chairman and managing director of NTPC Limited and NBCC India Limited. Alright, M. Venkaiah Naidu sir released the autobiography of Arup Roy Chaudhary. Next question. Indian off spinner Harbhajan Singh announced retirement from all the forms of cricket. He is the dash highest wicket taker for India in Test cricket. He is the fourth highest wicket taker for India in Test format, and he is India's off spinner Harbhajan Singh, and he has taken or announced retirement. All right, moving on to next question. Jinking Zri got the UNESCO World Heritage Site tag in 2021. Which state is Jinking Zri located? This Jinking Zri is located in Meghalaya. Alright, this Jinking Zri is also known as, now you will know, Living Root Bridge. This is a very beautiful place to visit. You must once in lifetime visit this Living Root Bridge. It is like, this is the lake or this is the river, and these are mountains, and here this bridge is being constructed. It is a very beautiful bridge made of naturally of roots and the hanging roots of trees. So this Living Root Bridge or Jinking Zri is located in Meghalaya, and it has been now recently got the UNESCO's World Heritage Site tag. Also, if you want to know about it, this Living Root Bridge, this is approximately 500 years old. Alright. Next. A good news to all our viewers. Recently, we have launched an course, that is IBPS PO exam course. This is a 25-day free course to crack IBPS PO mains exams. This course duration will be from 13th of December to 14th of January. This course will help you to boost your preparation. This course could be attempted any number of times with no day limit. In this course, we'll be providing you information related to your admit card details, previous year cutoffs, notification related to such exam, and many others detail. Apart from this, you can see here we are covering the whole syllabus here, like data analysis on D3. Then you are getting quiz of 20 questions with such questions that you can prepare, that will help you, or they are the expected questions they will be coming in the exams. So these questions are very helpful. These 20 questions you will be getting on daily basis, and they will help you to boost your preparation. So go fast and subscribe to this course.
तो फ्रेंड्स, ये थी हमारी वीडियो. अगर आपको आज हमारी वीडियो से कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिला है तो जल्दी से जाइए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें और इस वीडियो को लाइक कर दें. और फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपको हमारे कंटेंट से रिलेटेड या फिर हमारे कोई ऐप से इशू आ रहा है, कोई भी आपको प्रॉब्लम है, तो आप हमारी जीमेल आईडी जो कि है support@affairscloud.com या फिर हमारा नंबर 9677333862 पर कॉन्टैक्ट कर सकते हैं, एंड हमारी टीम जल्दी से जल्दी आपके इशू को रिजॉल्व करने में आपकी सहायता करेगी. सो टेक केयर.